even getting a credit card. Come to a free webinar Monday through Thursday, 11:30 a.m. and 2 p.m. and find out how to put your credit back to a 720 or higher. Bankruptcy, tax liens, judgments, and even late pays can be removed from credit reports, and the Giving Days Foundation, a nonprofit organization, is here to help. Federal law allows you to challenge each and every item on your credit report. We'll recalculate your personal credit score bureau and help you repair your personal credit. Find out more on the free webinar Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, live at 11:30 a.m. and 2 p.m. Just go to raisewebinar.com at this time, Monday through Thursday. Don't miss this informative webinar on how to improve your credit, Monday through Thursday at 11:30 a.m. or 2 p.m. That's raisewebinar.com. Again, raisewebinar.com. raisewebinar.com.
Cannot be a problem without a solution. Wake up, wake up. America is already great. Wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up.
When they go low, we go high.
That's our motto. We want freedom by any means necessary.
Wake up. The front page with Dominic DePrima is on. News, knowledge, and your voice. The views and opinions expressed on the front page are not necessarily those of Taxi Productions or KJLH. Rise, shine, and stay woke. It's the front page with Dominic DePrima on Radio Free 102.3 KJLH.
If you dare to struggle, you dare to win. If you dare not to struggle, then you don't deserve to win.
Wake up, wake up.
Radio Free 102.3 KJLH. Good morning to you. How's it going? I'm Avi Bernard. This is the front page. Gotta say thanks to the KJLH management and staff. Gotta say thanks to Stevie for this great platform. And of course, gotta say thanks to you for hanging out with us this morning. Of course, you have many things you could be doing with your time, but you're here with us. We appreciate that. Thanks to the front page team. Thanks to the ride or die Angela Hoffman. Thanks to the best board op in the world, Bobo. And Dominic DePrima has the day off. It is Radio Free Friday. Whatever you want to call in and talk about, it's your world. I'm just living in it today. 520 KJLH from any Southern California area code, any LA area code. I wonder if San Diego area codes would work. No, just LA, yeah. So I shouldn't say Southern California. So any LA area code, 818-323-310-562. I guess 562 is Long Beach. So it's kind of Southern California, but, you know, kind of not. Anyway, you kind of get my point, right? Any area code that's kind of in the general vicinity you can use, and then put 520 KJLH after that. You can call us, and they'll talk about it. We'll talk about that. So, how do y'all feel about y'all's president? You know, getting ready for that nuclear summit with North Korea. Says, you know what? I don't think I really have to prepare for that. I just don't think I really have to prepare. It's all about attitude. Yeah, I mean, because, you know, when you're dealing with nuclear weapons, why would you want to prepare for that? Cool. I feel safe. And also, y'all's president is going to skip part of the G7 summit that's going to be held in Quebec, Canada. He's going to skip the portions on climate change. Climate change and the environment. But yeah, I'm just not going to participate in those because I just don't really care. You know, who cares about the environment? And also, breaking news this morning, Anthony Bourdain from CNN has died. He apparently just crazy. I was on my way to the station here today, and I got the alert that Anthony Bourdain had apparently committed suicide. And it's just, he's 61. It always makes you think when someone of fame or perceived prominence takes their own life, right? I mean, you just don't expect that. He was actually, he had that show on CNN. I think it was called Parts Unknown, and he just seemed like he was living a good life. He was actually in France when he was found unresponsive. He was getting ready to film an episode of his show. So, if you're going through stuff, there's always someone you can talk to, and then of course Kate Spade from earlier. And in the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, if you ever are feeling anything, that you having thoughts of hurting yourself, you can call 1-800-273-8255. 1-800-273-8255. So, it is Radio Free Friday. We are taking your calls at 520-KJLH, 520-5554. And there's just a lot going on. It's a whole lot going on, and I want to hear what you guys are thinking about. I mean, Kim Kardashian, West visiting the White House. I'm just like, what is up with that whole couple? That entire couple. I mean, I'm still not over the whole Kanye West thing. Why you looking at me like that, Bobo? I'm not over the Kanye West thing yet. Are y'all over that? Y'all are over that, really? I mean, y'all back to playing his music. Y'all gonna listen to his new album? Because I haven't listened to the album. I don't think I ever will. I'm just kind of not willing to go there. I'm not willing to do it. I mean, for someone like that who was perceived to be so woke, I mean, he was one of my favorite artists for a long time. I used to love, man, when he would come out with the album, I would be the first one to get it. Play it for like a week straight. And when he became this person that he is now, it just hurts. I can't do it. I mean, I'm sure y'all have discussed this with Dominique, and I think Dominique and I have differing viewpoints on this. But I just can't bring myself to listen to his music now. And I'm a DJ, so I do events all over the place. And even then, I don't play his music. And it hurts though, because I have all these crates, these digital crates, and I have Kanye songs all in all the crates, because of course he has hits. And I'm DJing something, or I'm here on the air here, and I have to skip over the Kanye tracks, and that hurts me, because there's songs I would normally play in a certain set, but I just can't do it, man. Let's go to the phone lines. It is your time to speak, though. 520-KJLH. Let's go to Shirley in Hawthorne. Good morning, Shirley. You're on the front page.
Good morning. Good morning, Bobby. Yes, I was thinking, it just hit me yesterday about what Kim was doing. And I believe that Kanye West, the reason he said he liked Trump, said all these nice things, I think it was a trick. I think he, I know he knew what Trump was, what Kim was doing, So I think he tricks him and pretends that he likes him, so he could have his wife.
Wait, so you think, say that again? You think that, say that one more time. You think
I think that Kanye West pretends that he likes Trump. Says some nice things about him.
you think he's pretending?
Yeah, I really do. So he can have his wife.
Well, that's an interesting. Well, I appreciate the call, Shirley. That's an interesting viewpoint. I mean, but you know that that's detrimental to his career, though. Just him even saying that. If he is just saying that to trick Trump because he knew his wife was going to go to the White House, that's like he's going to lose a lot of album sales he already has because of that. So I don't agree with you, but I think that's an interesting take on things.
Yeah, it just hit me yesterday, and I mean, it hit me like a ton of bricks, and I'm like, wow, I believe that. I believe it.
All right,
That's
Shirley.
what happened. Okay.
Yeah, thanks for the call. Have a good day. All right.
You're welcome. Bye.
Yeah, I don't think. I wonder if that call with, I mean that White House visit from Kim Kardashian was even scheduled at the time, because Kanye's been on this Trump thing for a minute. So I don't think it was. I'm kind of doubting that it was. Yeah, man. Sorry, bro. Sorry, Kanye. I can't do it. Let's go to David, one of my favorite callers here on the show. Good morning, David. You're on the front page.
Hey, how's it going, Harvey?
It's going great. How you doing?
Oh, pretty good.
What's happening?
Yeah, just wondering if anybody paying attention to the whole sort of globalization movement and the upper 1%. They're trying to abolish all cash around the world. And I've heard some stories about Australia and a few other places where they've almost done it, and they're going to try to do it here. So it's going to be like going time for everything. So since you can't beat them, you got to join them. You know, I already bought some stock in tech because, you know, you can't have globalization without tech. Then I bought some stock in precious metals. You can't have technology without precious metals. So you got to cover all the bases. That and some marijuana stock, I'm going to be all set a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
So again, so it's going to be real dangerous. You know, all electronic for everything, no more cash.
So you think
probably the next 20 years or something like that.
So you think that cash should be abolished?
No, too dangerous. I mean, I like old school. You know, I still had a VCR up about a year ago till I gave it away, but you know, I mean, it was a combo, but you know, it's very dangerous.
A combo VCR DVD player?
Yeah. I did the old, you know, poor man's surround sound because it works beautifully, but that's beside the point. That whole upper 1% in globalization is very dangerous. We're going electronic for everything. Next thing you know, we're going to be chipped like dogs. You're going to have like a voluntary chip for special privileges, which again, is going to be very dangerous. Probably a good, you know, 10, 20 years away, or, you know, if not sooner. And, oh man, it's going to be a mess.
Well, I mean, I don't think cash is ever going to be abolished, though. I'm not sure, well, where you've heard that from, but I don't think that will ever happen. I mean, David? David never says bye to me. All right, David, bye. I don't know, why doesn't David ever say bye? So rude. Yeah, so I'm not sure. David always just calls with these random remarks, which is cool because that's what Radio Free Friday is about. It's Radio Free Friday. You know, I'm cool with that, David. I'm cool with that, man. But yeah, I mean, as I was saying about Kanye before, it really hurts me to this day. And you see him. I've seen the commercials for his Family Feud episode with Steve Harvey and Kim and all them. And he just doesn't look like the same person. I didn't watch the whole show. I don't even know if it's aired yet, but I haven't watched the whole episode. But he just doesn't even look like the same dude. Just what is going on with that guy, man? I mean, I just don't know. What's happening, Bo? You want to say something?
That Kanye West episode was filmed months ago. It wasn't filmed no time around the time that was going on now.
And he's still, I don't know when it was filmed, but he still seems like a different guy, even
now,
the way he smiles.
Well, that's one thing that Steve even said. Steve said he talked about it when he did it, and he said that they told Steve that Kanye watches Family Feud every day. Like, he loves the show.
Okay.
So the fact that he had an opportunity to actually play the game, he was excited. It was excitement from him. And they all said they had never seen him smile that much because he was that excited to play the game. That's according to what Steve said. Even on Ellen, like he said this in an interview on Ellen too.
Well, I mean, that may be, but he doesn't seem like the same person to me.
He doesn't. He's not that college dropout that 808 and Heartbreaks Kanye. No, he's not. And this new album, I did listen to it just to see what he was talking about. You can tell a couple, like, I want to say 2 or 3 of the tracks were recorded after he made the statements about even slavery and stuff like that.
Mm.
So it was, I mean, I'm not saying it's a great album, but it's a Kanye album.
So you rocking with Kanye now?
I just listen to it.
Hey, man, I'm not judging. I'm just asking.
I mean, I listen to everybody. I don't discriminate. I listen to Fall Out Boys, Linkin Park, Metallica, Deftones.
Well, I don't discriminate either. I listen to a lot of people too. I'm just saying, with Kanye giving his comments, I just can't bring myself to support him.
And slavery was a choice.
And the music, and the music that he makes anymore. But you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Wouldn't be called slavery if it was a choice. It'd be called working for free or an internship.
Well, yeah, that's if you haven't been on Twitter or on social media and looked at the hashtag if slavery was a choice memes, go look at those and you will have yourself a great laugh. I promise you. But at this time, let's go to we'd like to talk to our resident coach, and some of you may even refer to him as Doctor. Coach E is the owner and founder of Ultimate Transformations Training. You can go to ultimatetransformations.com. I'm going to see him later today. Coach E is joining us. Good morning, Coach, a.k.a. Dr. E.
Good morning, Avi. Good morning, Front Page family. It's a great day to be better. And how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. How about yourself?
I'm great. About to get these workouts in.
Oh, that's right.
Today, our health is our wealth is aimed at our young people. First of all, I'd like to say congratulations to all the young people in the community graduating from whatever level of academia, from the kindergarten graduates all the way to our masters and doctorates. A lot of people are, finishing their academic year on a high note. And as we go into the summer, Dominique and myself, we've talked about this several times about how during the summertime, a lot of times in our African-American community, we lose ground academically. I believe that, we can not only maintain, but pick up steam academically if during the summer we stay on point with just some basic things. I think education can be, in different ways. And there are 3 ways to me I think young people can learn during the summertime that will benefit them as they move into the following year. The first thing is experiences. I believe that, if you expose a young person to different things, whether it's be out in nature at the park, to the beach, camping, museums, wherever, sporting events, while you're out, have them read information about where they're going, what they'd like to do, what they'd like to see, what they've learned. So you're adding the academic part of learning from the reading and the writing into the actual experience, the exposure to different things. This helps them to expand who they are, what they want to do, what they want to be. The second component is the basic concept. During the summer, give your young person tasks to do, whether it's sweep the kitchen, mop the floor, but have a start point where you want them to start and finish. They have to get used to finishing tasks. One of the things our young people, I think across the board, experience these days, that when they hit hardship, they don't know how to move through. And one of the ways of teaching them how to move through hardship or any difficulty is whatever you start, you finish. And there is no timeline to it. You just don't stop. You never give up. You persevere. You move through it and get to a completed state so you can move to the next thing. That's life, and you can teach those simple concepts with those basic things. The final thing is service. Have them volunteer. Have them go help a neighbor, a relative, you know. Give back. Let them know that their lives are built upon the lives of people that came before them. And we have to teach our young people how to give back to the community that supported them to get them to this point. So we want to give them experiences. We want them to learn how to, whatever they start, they finish. And the third thing we want them to do is serve. We want them to give back to the community and the people who have supported them in this journey. So those three things, to me, help educate your young person during the summer, especially if they're doing the basics, the reading, the writing, and the arithmetic. These things can expand them and broaden their horizons, and believe me, it can make a difference. And we do some of these concepts in our summer programs. One of our main programs is called Magnificent Men and Magnificent Women, where we work on the empowerment of our individual young people and help them basically set a plan and then execute that plan of how they see their lives, from, you know, a day-to-day activity to weeks to months to year. And we've had some extremely great success with these programs over the years. So that's Our Health is Our Wealth. You can contact me at ultimatetransformations.com. You can call us at 310-859-5526. If you're interested in any summer programs, our nonprofit organization is called Ultimate Student Athlete, and the website is ultimatestudentathletes.org, in which you can inquire about our summer programs. We'll be starting a week from Monday. You can also call the same number, 310-859-5526. Follow us on social media, Ultimate TT, for Twitter, Instagram, and Ultimate Student for Instagram and Twitter. Tomorrow morning, we will be on the Hill, 6:45, 8 o'clock, Kennethon Park for adults, followed by our youth speed and conditioning camp from 8:30 to 10 o'clock. Looking forward to the Front Page family being out there tomorrow. Thank you, Avi. Thank you, Front Page family, as always. Peace and be more.
Hey, Coach, before you go, I have a really important question. Since I'm on the radio this morning, does that mean my workout when I get to you is going to be easier?
Probably not.
I had a feeling that's what you were going to say. I just had to try.
Well, you know what? Hey, today, everybody gets hot sauce in their food today. Everybody got a really a tough workout today. So everybody should be geared up and ready to go for today.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate you, Coach. I'll see you out there in a minute.
All right. Have a great one.
All right, you too. So, yeah, I had to try. KJLH, Compton, Los Angeles, Long Beach, and Inglewood. Let's go to Kenyon in Compton. Good morning, Kenyon. You're on the Front Page.
Good morning, Avi.
How's it going, brother?
All right. I would like to comment on the Kanye situation.
Yes, sir.
Well, myself, like you and the other guy, one of the other guys said, you don't discriminate. I do. I do discriminate when I'm being discriminated against.
Right.
So some of the things that Kanye said, he's on a big platform. And a lot of the young people hear and respond to that and act on that. So when you tell young black men and women that their descendants actually wanted to be slaves, didn't mind being slaves, that's a blow to me and to some of my brothers and sisters.
I agree.
So when you push from something so tough, you know, some of our descendants, our direct descendants, was hung, legs cut off, feet cut off for trying to run and get away. So how can you say they were fine with living like slaves or being slaves and stuff like that? So the platform that Kanye's on, he should know what to say and when to say it. I'm quite sure he has a super team around him to tell him what to say. But I know he's kind of a live wire to do and act on things on his own. But some things you just and don't blame it on mental health or all of that kind of stuff, because I couldn't go with that for the simple fact that there's a lot of mental health is a big issue right now today in our homeless community and all of that. But these guys don't go around talking about slavery. I don't know what they go around talking about, but slavery and, putting our people down. That's just hurtful to me.
Yo, Kjlh, this is Bobo. Can I ask you a question real quick?
Yes, sir.
Do you know anybody with mental health?
I know, yeah. I have a neighbor, and he does, do certain things and, mumble off, and stuff like that. Yeah.
Now, I'm not defending Kanye. Like, I'm not defending his statement at all, because, like you said, the platform that he has, even the guy that works for TMZ, the platform that he has, he needed to carefully than what he did, and he kind of just rattled off at the brain. Now, defending mental health is something that I will do, because it has affected people that I know a lot differently. I've seen it affect people's attitudes. I've seen it affect people's, like, what they talk about and how they look at things, how they perceive things. So I can, if it is something as far as mental health, and in his album he does actually talking about taking meds. So if it is something that is that serious, you never know. But same token, being what he's doing, he needs to be more cautious of what he says to people, because he does influence a lot of youth who look up to him and listen to him.
Yes, thank you for that, because I'm not that wide open to that. I have to deal with a lot of people who have mental health issues. But thanks for that, because that's something I need to pay attention to. But what I've seen with Kanye is I've actually met him before, years and years, over 10 years ago.
Yeah, me too.
He's always been like to me, somewhat of an idiot. The things he do and the way he reacts to things. He's like, to me, he's like a big whiner. When he don't get things his way, he acts out. So that's
I hear you, Kjlh. Yeah.
Why I'm kind of sour to Kanye.
Yeah, I hear you, Kjlh. Thanks for the call. And that's why I was saying I don't support his music anymore because of what he said. I think that's one of the dumbest things anyone could have said, that slavery is a choice, especially coming from a black dude who came fighting against racial inequality. And when you were saying descendants, I think you meant to say ancestors, but I can't rock with Kanye, man, and I'm gonna need some kind of, I am holding out hope that he will turn around and go back to who we used to be, because I just love that Kanye, but I don't think it's gonna happen, and I just can't do it. And what you said about not discriminating against people unless you're discriminated against, and yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I feel. I feel like what he said was so disrespectful on so many levels to all black people that I can't mess with him anymore as much as I love his music. Let's go to Ebony in LA. Good morning, Ebony. You're on the front page.
Hi, Arby. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous. How about yourself?
I'm okay, and I'm going to try not to be too emotional when it comes to this issue, because just like the other caller, if you haven't lived with someone who has special needs or who has mental health issues, you don't know, and every day is not the same. And I'm so glad that Bobo offered the comments that he did. None of us are without flaws. None of us have a perfect day. Kanye is one man, and God orders his steps just like he orders yours. I heard you talk yesterday about your project, and I'm so proud that you're moving forth. But everything that you've done and all the people who come into your dream and to support what you're doing, God ordered those people, just like he's ordered Kanye's steps. Kim didn't just go to the White House because she had nothing else to do. We don't know how God is moving. And I think sometimes people just look at the surface and don't look at the spiritual. We're so disconnected. If Kanye was your blood brother and he made those same comments, do you dismiss him from the family tree? You don't. You go to him and you say, brother, I don't agree with what you said. And I understand you may have a moment of lapse because he is bipolar. Do you know how hard it is for someone to say that? That's a lot harder to discuss than to say a comment that makes no sense to us because we are Black people, that slavery is a choice. You put them on the scale and balance them. To admit and to share that he has bipolar and he's dealing with it, even when you came on the air and you talked about Mr. Bourdain that committed suicide and the Spade woman who committed suicide, does it have to be breaking news that Kanye did the same thing? I think we need to start thinking with our hearts and not just our heads.
Okay, Ebony.
And Kanye,
Ebony, you've had a couple minutes now. Yeah, I'm gonna respond to some of the things you said.
I'm sorry. Please help me.
So yeah, so I've listened to you. So are you gonna listen to my
Absolutely.
response? Okay, great.
Absolutely.
Great. So I have lived with people who are bipolar. I do know that mental disorder, that specific mental disorder, very well. And I do know what you're saying about, I hear what you're saying about God ordering our steps, but that does not mean that one cannot be held accountable for what they say and for what they do. You can't say, oh, well, God made him say that, so yeah, I'm cool with it. And so we don't know what he's going through, but all of us are going through stuff, and we don't have the right to be disrespectful and not have any consequences. When we say things, there are consequences to what we say and what we do. And if I have a family member who is saying things that are that terrible, I'm going to hold them accountable as well. And I'm not going to dismiss them, but I'm not going to continue to give him the voice that allows him to say things like that and have such an impact, because when he says things like that, that gives people who don't care about us, that makes them feel vindicated and validated in the things that they did to us. And that makes them feel like, yeah, slavery was a choice. How come y'all don't see that? How come Kanye sees that and they think he speaks for us? And so when he says things like that, it has a really big impact. And I am going to hold him accountable no matter who he is. I'm going to hold my own mother accountable if she says something terrible. I'm going to hold myself accountable if I do something wrong. And so I'm not sure that we can blame his mental health. Maybe we can, or his mental illness. Maybe we can, maybe we can't. But he's been saying crazy stuff for a long time, but now he's finally kind of crossed the line for me. And so I don't think that anyone has the right to just, no matter who they are, you can't just say, oh, well, God told him to say that. No matter who they are, they deserve to be treated just like the rest of us. And if you say something, I'm going to hold you accountable just like anyone else.
Can I respond to you? I didn't say that God told him to say that.
But you're saying that God ordered his steps, though, and you're kind of implying that he's not responsible for what he said.
But he orders all of our steps. That's what we do. That's how we act. That's how we live in our community.
Okay, but Ebony,
that's a platform.
Right, but Ebony, if God is ordering our steps, that doesn't mean, so you're saying we don't have personal choice and that we don't get held accountable for
I never said that.
Well,
Beloved, Judas walked with Jesus and betrayed him. But he was just a man. He was just a man.
So he shouldn't be held accountable because he's just a man.
I'm not saying that we should not hold him accountable.
Well, then what are you saying?
But my question, beloved, my question to you, I'm just saying, like you said, if your mother made a comment, but you would go to her lovingly. You wouldn't just dismiss her from the family. And I think that as Black people, we need each other. And none of us get it right all the time. Not one. Not one of us gets it right all the time. So if so if you have a bad day and someone that you love holds that one bad day against you forever, how do we ever grow and expand?
Okay, well listen though, but if it was a bad day, how come he hasn't corrected it? You know, so it's not about a bad day. It's not about, not coming to him lovingly. It's about you said this thing. I'm not okay with that. Do you have any kind of regret about this thing? Do you think you admit that you were wrong in this thing? Do you understand how this impacts all of us? And if you're not willing to do that, then we can't have a conversation at this time until you're willing to come to show me the respect that I've given you. And so it's not about, you're making it about, oh yeah, but he deserves, we got to stay together, but he's not sticking with us.
That's not what I said. We can't live our lives based on what Kanye say.
Well, of course not.
No,
of course not.
No, Ebony, and that is a really factual statement. But people do. There's a lot of kids who run around here and act like they look at these rappers, they listen to these rappers, they listen to these singers, and to them, that's life. Like, that's a goal of theirs. So, true enough, we should not be looking or listening to Kanye saying, oh my God, Kanye said that slavery was a choice, so maybe the history books got it wrong. But there are kids who are running around here doing that. So, in what you're saying, I understand where you're coming from, but with Avi saying too, he's still responsible for what he said. Like, it's still his words, it's his thought process. Even if it is something as far as mental health or bipolar disorder, he still needs to be more aware, more conscious of what he's saying, because there are kids, there are youth who do listen to him and look up to him like Kanye is, like he's Kanye. And I know that sounds kind of funny, but I mean, there's people who go, oh my God, that's Kanye, it has to be right. You know what I mean? Like, and there's other people go, oh man, that's Kanye. That's just some kind of marketing ploy. Because he talks about everything that he said on TMZ on this album. Like, I purposely listened to this album just to see what he talked about. Like, he has a song about killing somebody on this album because it's hard to explain, man. The album is Kanye. Like, seriously. I'm not saying it's great. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's Kanye.
Well, when we have our youth that look to the voice of Kanye instead of the parents, that's an issue. That's an issue. Because even if I have,
it's the reality though.
It is a reality, and it's a reality what Kanye said I don't agree with. That's a reality as well.
So, Ebony,
we have to parent our children.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but I'm just where I'm coming from is what you're saying. It sounds like you're trying to give him a pass, and he doesn't deserve a pass. So that's we'll leave it there because we got to get some more callers. But thank you for the call, Ebony, and for the conversation. We can always disagree without disrespect. Let's go to whoever's been holding the longest, and that would be Molly Bell. Good morning, Molly Bell. You're on the radio.
Reparations in memory of our ancestors. Good morning to you, Avi, your staff, Angela and Bobo, and a special good morning to Stevie. Love is in need of love today, wonder. Good conversation. But I give honor to God, who's the head of my life, who orders my footsteps on a daily basis. I do my best to follow them, but sometimes I don't. So if you see me mess up, don't just say, oh, God ordered her to do that, because sometimes it's on me that did not follow them. I wanted to say this morning that Anthony Bourdain, gosh, that when I saw it this morning on CNN, he does Parts Unknown. I just wondered why. What would do that? I don't know. Some time ago, Bobo, there was some musician that had committed suicide, and Bobo was so sad that day. And I wonder, how did he get over it, and how do those who deal with suicide, how do they get over it? I'll listen, Bobo, if you have anything, I'll listen to it off the air. But happy birthday to all the Geminis, Dominique, you too, Bobo, Kevin Nash, and our own Mary Randall. Today is her birthday. I just want to say this Sunday at the African American Cultural Center, that's Dr. Karinga's, they're going to be talking about fathers, sons, and brothers based on the movie Black Panther. The panel will be Dr. Karinga, Brother Yoko Babu, Chimbuku, and me, Molly Bell, and that's going to be at 3018 West 48th Street. The election, I'm one of those ones that had to use a provincial ballot. I was upset, and so many times, Avi, we talk about the election. We asked our people to vote in our best interest and vote strategically, which sounds very good. I've said it, but sometimes I don't hear the strategy is not given. So we got to deal with that. Finally, President 45 is a liar. His staff, the Republicans, and our whole American system is in jeopardy. We've got to do something about that. But I'm glad that so many people who did win. And Avi, I love the way before you come home, for those who don't listen, on Friday nights before Saturday morning, you use some of the best adjectives to describe Roland Bynum. He always comments on them because, you know, like you said, with sports and so many things, you eat that for breakfast. Congratulations to all the classes of 2018. Listen, all you prayer warriors out there, you know what you've got to do. You've got to keep fasting. You've got to keep praying because the struggle continues. But always, to God be the glory. Thank you, Avi.
Thank you, Molly Bell. Always a pleasure to hear from you. And let's see. Let's get one more in before we go to the news.
Oh, just a comment on what she said.
Oh, she did say something about you. Yeah.
It's just time. Like, just the old saying, time heals all wounds. And it just takes time to listen to it. Like, example, Junior from the Steve Harvey Morning Show found his. And I've been keeping up with Junior. Like, I've talked to Junior almost every single day since then, just to make sure he's okay. And, you know, he's keeping strong. And the same thing he told me, you know, is it's going to take him time, but he's going to be over. So he's not going to be over it, but, you know, he'll eventually be able to be back to normal and laughing and back on the show. So, I mean, it's just one of those things that it's just time.
And let's go to Naya Bingi. Naya Bingi, good morning. You're on the front page.
All right, how you doing?
Doing great. What's happening with you?
Oh man, Anthony Bourdain.
Yeah.
The dream job.
Right.
Smoking weed, drinking, eating the best food, going all over the world. I was a big fan of his. I don't get it.
Right. Yeah, it's surprising. So, did you watch the show?
Oh, I'm a fan of his. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I never really watched the show because I just don't watch that much TV. But I always saw the trailers for each episode, and I was like, man, he looks like he's having such a good time.
Oh man, Jamaica, Africa. He was a very good investigative reporter. He coasted around food.
Yeah.
And he did around food. And wow, he was a very progressive. I don't get it.
Yeah, and you know, I always remember the shot of him eating with President Obama. You know, that's super iconic, and it's just, you know, when someone's living a life like that with what you would describe as the dream job, I think most of us would probably agree. Then, you know, it's just it's really surprising. I think he had went through a divorce somewhat recently, but you just never know, man.
I know. That's the big thing. You never know what people are going through. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for the call,
another thing I wanted
brother.
to talk to you about is this opioid crisis.
Yeah.
You know, people are saying, oh, it's only getting attention because white people are affected drastically by it. And I just really think that's a false narrative because a lot of black people were hooked on these prescription pills, these opioid pills, and went to heroin from that. You know?
Yeah.
It's really it's a major crisis of our decade, and black people are not paying attention to it, but we're affected by it drastically.
Yeah, no, thanks for the call. I appreciate the conversation. Yeah, it's surprising about Bourdain, and I think obviously the opioid crisis is a big deal, and we should be paying attention to it. Let's take a look at some of these headlines.
And now, headlines for Higher Minds. A front page news brief with Dominique DePrima.
It's Avi Bernardin for Dominique DePrima. Anthony Bourdain, a gifted storyteller and writer who took CNN viewers around the world, has died. He was 61. CNN confirmed Bourdain's death on Friday and said the cause of death was suicide. Bourdain was in France working on an upcoming episode of his award-winning CNN series. His close friend, Eric Rippert, the French chef, found Bourdain unresponsive in his hotel room Friday morning. Bourdain was a master of his crafts, first in the kitchen and then in the media. Through his TV shows and books, he explored the human condition and helped audiences think differently about food, travel, and themselves. He advocated for marginalized populations and campaigned for safer working conditions for restaurant chefs. That's from CNN. And again, the National Suicide Prevention Hotline is 800-273-8255. Donald Trump's personal lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, shared his thoughts Wednesday during a speaking engagement about First Lady Melania Trump and the allegations her husband had an affair with porn star Stormy Daniels. She believes her husband, Giuliani said, and she knows it's untrue. Thursday afternoon, the First Lady's communications director fired back at Giuliani, saying, quote, "I don't believe Ms. Trump has ever discussed her thoughts on anything with Mr. Giuliani." Close quote. It was a sharp rebuke to Giuliani, who, according to Grisham's statement, would have had no knowledge based in fact about Melania Trump and her feelings about the alleged extramarital alliance. Wow. You get him, spokesperson for Melania. You don't know what he's talking about. She don't believe him. Ex-Los Angeles Clippers basketball player Ronald Glenn Davis of Tarzana was charged with throwing a man into a wall during a fight outside a club in West Hollywood. Davis, whose nickname is Big Baby, you remember Big Baby Davis, faces a single count of assault by means of force, likely to produce great bodily injury. The Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office said in a statement. Included in the charge is a claim of causing great bodily injury. An arraignment for Davis, who played for the Clippers from 2014 to 2015, was scheduled for Thursday at the airport branch of the Los Angeles County Superior Court. He faces a maximum sentence of 7 years. And sometimes I like to read, you know, among all of the depressing stuff, I like to read headlines that are just kind of funny. A lottery winner who robbed SoCal Bank sentenced to prison. The man won $19 million, super lotto jackpot, when he was 35 years old. And he said at the time in a Los Angeles Times article, quote, "I'm not going to blow the money. I know I'll change, but only for the better." Good luck, man. And in sports, the Golden State Warriors and Cleveland Cavaliers have Game 4 of the NBA Finals tonight at 6 o'clock. Golden State leads that series 3-0. Who you got tonight? You know, I think Cleveland might win a game. They might just win a game.
Kind of laughing inside and it came outside.
They might just win a game tonight. I'm not sure.
So who's going to step up with LeBron?
Well, you know, Kevin Love's been playing a lot better lately.
He had one game that he played better.
No, he's been playing better.
Okay.
This hasn't been enough. But yeah, good luck to the Cavs. Kind of feel bad. The Dodgers beat the Pirates yesterday 8-7. Tonight the Dodgers will be hosting the Braves at 7:10. The Angels are on the road against the Minnesota Twins at 5:10. The Seattle Storm took down the Sparks last night 88-63. I'll have more sports for you inside the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Currently it's 60 degrees with a high of 79. All right. We'll be right back with more Radio Free Friday, so keep calling in 520-KJLH, and we'll get to your calls. If you're on hold, keep holding. We'll be right back. It's the front page on 102.3 Radio Free KJLH.
It's Radio Free Friday on the front page. Call now and bring the heat. Call 520-KJLH.
Announcing a giant used car sale at Worthington Ford with over 600 vehicles on sale, and everyone is under warranty. Plus, get a 10-day trial exchange included with your purchase. Pick a car, pick a truck, drive it 10 days, and make sure you like it. Choose from the largest selection in town. Find a car you love and drive it home with just $95 down. That's right, pick any car on the lot, new or used, and $95 down is all it takes. Worthington Ford works with hundreds of lenders, including their own finance company, to get you financed. They own the bank, so they can finance anyone they want to. With over 600 vehicles on sale, and everyone is under warranty. Plus, get a 10-day trial exchange included with your purchase. Pick a car, pick a truck, drive it 10 days, and make sure you like it. This is a giant used car sale going on now at Worthington Ford in Long Beach. Huge selection, huge savings, right off the 405 freeway, Bellflower Boulevard in Long Beach. And they're open until midnight. 10-day trial exchange on
Is credit card debt burying you alive? What if one phone call could help save you thousands of dollars? Years of stress and anxiety. What if one phone call, right now, could help save your family from bankruptcy. We're Credit Associates, and one phone call to us could help save you thousands. Because if you have more than $5,000 in credit card debt, you may not have to pay it all off. For free information on how we could settle your debt for a lot less than you owe, call 1-800-500-2721. There's no obligation, just free information. Sometimes all it takes to change your life is one phone call. Make your call now and we'll show you for free just how much money you could save. 1-800-500-2721. We depend on your success and offer a guarantee, so there's no risk to call. This is too important to wait. Call 1-800-500-2721.
Policies issued by American General Life Insurance Company, Houston, Texas. Not available in all states. For details, visit AIGdirect.com.
Do you have a family? Would you like to help make sure they'll be taken care of if anything were to happen to you? If you answered AIG Direct to call. We could find you a $250,000 policy for just $14 a month, which means you could save hundreds of dollars a year. 800-400-9708. Since 1995, we've helped millions of people find out if they could save up to 70% on their term life insurance. See how affordably we can help you protect your family. Call AIG Direct now for your free quote. 1-800-400-9708. You could save up to 70%. That's 1-800-400-9708. 1-800-400-9708.
Mental illness affects millions of people in the U.S. each year. What you need to know about bipolar disorder and schizophrenia is a free information and training session offered by First AME Church on Friday, June 15th, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. The 4-hour session is open to the public and will provide definitions of mental health terms and issues, identify resources and support groups, refer those in need of trained personnel for assistance, and offer strategies to use if confronted with a mental health situation. To register or get more information, call 323-735-1251. That's 323-735-1251.
First AME Church is located at 2270 South Harvard Boulevard near Adams.
Find out what you need to know about bipolar disorder and schizophrenia in a free information and training session offered by First AME Church on Friday, June 15th. Call 323-735-1251. This vital information may help you, your friends, or family members.
Join us this Sunday for the worship experience with the prophet Bishop Clarence E. McClendon and special musical guest, international recording artist Fred Hammond. There will be one service Sunday, June 10th at 9:30 a.m. at the Saban Theater located at 8440 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills. That's Sunday, June 10th at 9:30 a.m. All seats are free. You don't want to miss it. Join us this Sunday for the worship experience with the prophet Bishop Clarence E. McClendon and special musical guest, international recording artist Fred Hammond. There will be one service Sunday, June 10th at 9:30 a.m. at the